আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night.
Welcome back to the ILFL Soccer Night show. In part one, we spoke to PJ here, who's a reach out midfield maestro. They're one set of champions that we've got. We've got a second set of champions on the show, and let me just try and clear my head and go through the numbers here. We've had champions show, if you like, for the last 3 weeks. Over the last 4 weeks, we've settled 3 divisions and 3 cups, and arguably, this is probably the one to win. It is the Premier Division title. We had 4 teams in it 3 weeks ago, and then that quickly went down to the last 2, and it was between West End and Stepney. And what we thought was going to be the key game to decide it was the game between Stepney and West End that took place some 8 days ago, I think it was. It was swings and roundabouts. West End went a goal up. Stepney won it by 2 goals to 1, and then it was all in their hands. And the top 2 teams faced the bottom, well, 2 teams in the bottom 3, and it was a little bit of formality for both teams. Here are the results from those games yesterday in the Premier Division. West End did what they had to do and smashed 10 goals against Ireland, who put 1, but Stepney do what they do, and they beat Leytonstone, our League Cup champions, by 6 goals to 1. And I'm happy to say that we have happy people in the studio, 7-time champions in 14 years. I think I've gone through enough of the numbers. I've got Musi and Shane in the studio. Good evening to you guys. Very well done again. Shane, I'm going to come to you first because you're not a Stepney regular. You've kind of just come into the team recently. So how does it feel to join a club like this?
Well, first things first, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, to answer your question, I've been involved in Stepney for the last 10 years or so. But it's mainly in the summer league, where the competition's in the summer. Winter League, this is my first time in Stepney, and I'll be honest with you, out of all the times I played for Stepney throughout the 10 years, this has been one of the most achievable campaigns since I've been at Stepney. The reason why I say that is because we got a lot of good players. We got fantastic management, and the team togetherness has been the strongest that I've seen for a long time, in the sense of how we playing on the pitch. And as I said, it is very important for us to move forward, is to keep the momentum going. You know, we were, as I say, for parts of the season, had a couple of bad results, and not start of the season, but maybe the start of this year, we had a couple of bad results. But we turned it around, we became very consistent, and I think it's because of the togetherness that brought us through. So I said, yeah, I'll come Stepney first time in Winter League, and it's a very enjoyable one. Yeah.
Musi, you would echo that. You are the club's top scorer, again.
Thanks, man.
So you've got an important role within the team, but I'm guessing there are lots of important players, as Shane's pointed out. There's been a togetherness. I mean, any other people you want to just... Now you're here, I mean, you're champions.
100%.
Listen,
I mean,
now's the time to pick out a few players who've made it.
For me, I mean, definitely. I mean, this year was a big year for us. A lot of the senior players went to the B team. A lot of the Clichy boys came to our club. It's the first time we played with them. You know, you got players like Bolly, Aziz, Quinton, Yassin, Robinho, Ifti, great young players came from Clichy. First time we've played with them, and to be honest, they're ones to look out for the future. They're great players. They're only going to improve as players and as boys as well.
So what does that say for Stepney's future then?
Well, to be honest, it's a bright future. It's definitely a bright future. I mean, we've, you know, even before I was here, you got players like Shadu, Russell, Fozzie, Zahar, Sham. They started the legacy. Mudge, Charlie, Akik, the guys behind the scene. You know, they did all the main work. You know, Zola been scoring goals for years for Stepney. So you know, they started it, and obviously it's continuing, and it's just important to carry it on, show the kids that we're going in the right direction, and you know, keep togetherness. I mean, that's what we've got at Stepney, the togetherness that keeps us winning these titles.
And also, you know, we sorry to cut you, but also we got the B team as well, and we got a few players within the B team who maybe we think could be blooded into the first team. So you always got to think about tomorrow, and we have kept an eye on that. We have got some young players coming through. We've been merged with Clichy, but we also got B team players as well who we'll be looking forward to seeing them progress and come through to the 18.
As champions, it's important to maintain a championship status and a winning formula. And like you said, you've got a B team now who've done very well. I have to say that they've done well, and they're getting better and better all the time. The first team are doing well in their own right in the Premier Division. You've now got a Legends team that have gone on. I mean, there are players who have gone on, and there's a lot of expected of them. Is the expectation a weight? Is it a spur? Is it what helps to drive the team forward?
To be honest, I mean, a lot of the... I mean, I've been nearly 10 years I've been with the Stepney lads, and a lot of the lads, even if they're not playing, even if they're not involved in the squad, they try to turn up, they try to keep that togetherness, and to be honest, that's why Stepney are, you know, are winning things and always at the top and always competing, is because the togetherness at the club and the people that do the work behind the scenes, you know, the Akeks, the Mudge, like I said, Charlie, that keep, you know, players like us just turn up, play football, do what we do best. It's easy for us. You know what I mean?
We will be continue to be hungry for more success. As I said, we have to keep momentum going. You know, we just don't want to be winning for this season. As you said, we won 7 trophies at the last 14 years, but we will keep that going. You know, I do think we have to continue to build to become even more successful. As you said, we won the league. We want to go into even bigger competitions.
The league is one thing, so I have to ask these questions. I mean, the league is one thing. 7 titles in 14 seasons is great, but all successful teams want more trophies. They want more cups. We have them all lined up in front of us.
To be honest, that is one of the hardest things. I mean, a lot of people don't realise when Stepney play on a Friday, Saturday night, we might hear, you know, little rumours. There's 8, 9 players, you know, are playing. They might have a couple. You know, the teams we're playing against might be a couple of players short. Come Sunday, everyone wants to beat Stepney. Everyone brings their 18 players. They bring fans. They bring supporters. And to be honest, for the youngsters this year, you know, it's got a round of applause to them, because it's harder to play for Stepney, knowing that you go onto the pitch, knowing you have to win. You know, even some games we win 2-1, 3-1. And we're still not happy.
So this is my question. I mean, winning the league is great because it's over a season, it's over a number of games. It's the hardest trophy to win, always in my book. But when you get your knockout tournaments, there must be that now, you know what, we need to get one of those now, we need to get one of those. And so how's it been? I mean, like I said, you played meters in the Champions Cup last season. You went out again this season. Is there a sense of, you know what, we need to get one of these other ones now?
Yeah, we do. You know, as I said, before the season starts, you set yourself targets. And one of the first target, to me, the most important one is to win the league. But, you know, cup competitions, to progress and be successful in that is very important as well. This season, we got beat by Leytonstone, and no excuse.
To be fair, we were missing a lot of players that day.
But no excuse, but I do think they played us at the right time. And what I mean by the right time is the first game back from the Christmas break. And, you know, we was a bit, because prior to us going to the Christmas break, we was on form. And sometimes that break can contribute to you going the opposite way, you know, trying to build up again to get back on form. But they beat us, and it was a good performance by them. But how do you respond to that? You know, that's the key thing. We did respond in the league, but next season we'll be hungry for our cup competition. We'll do.
It was something that we highlighted on this show when we came back in the new year, and we said sometimes it always happens season after season. 1 or 2 teams, you can't explain it. You go into the Christmas break, they come back, and it's different, and things happen. PJ, it probably might have been like that for you guys as well. You kind of had a run where, at the beginning of the season, it was like, who are this team? They're unstoppable. They've come from nowhere. Came back after Christmas. And again, it was...
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that game. I think it was against STTA, and we were on form. We were doing really well, and one loss just knocked us out of ourselves, and we didn't know how to get back on track. And you know, thankfully we did, and I'm happy we got second. But I think that drop in form is enough to cost anyone the league, and they were lucky enough to end up winning it. They're still doing well, but it does take a lot out of you, and you have to have that character to overcome that.
Your road to the final, I'm just taking a look at that now, and the teams that you played to get through to there, your first, you're around the quarters, through to the semi-final and then the final. What's missing from there are the big boys from the Prem Division, if you like. I mean, Beaumont Youth were there. but it was the Beaumont A side that really would have been a great test for you. The Beaumont youth team, I remember you had a couple of games with them where they beat you in one and the other.
Yeah.
But it's the teams like the Beaumonts, the Stepneys, the Bromleys, the Ireland, the established teams, the teams that have been there, been bread and butter. You're stepping up to that. You must have heard of the Stepneys and all these things going on now. Are the boys licking their lips?
I think that's what we've been waiting for. I mean, again, it's so hard to to come across as being arrogant or being rude, but we felt we were better than everybody else in our league, and I think having a test like the team like their team would be fantastic. And it's mouth-watering. You know, that's what we want to play. We don't want to. I don't want to see 12-0s. That's not. If we're not learning anything, and if it's not having fun. But I think a 3-2 against their team I'll take that.
Ooh, a little prediction, maybe. We're going to talk about some of the Unity Cup tournament games coming up, and we'll just touch back on what PJ has to say here. Here's how the Premier Division table ended up then for this season, and there we are. Stepney top by 3 points after 14 games. Have to say, it's been great watching the Premier Division develop over the season. Like I said, 4 teams were in it briefly for a little while. Beaumont had a little shout, but really it was between Stepney, West Ham and the London Tigers. And congratulations to all 3 teams for making it the competition that it was throughout the season. It was the ILFL Premier Division, sponsored by Sarwar and Co. So, where to from here now? Is it break for the summer? Is it summer league football? You know, we heard Shane. I mean, no disrespect to Shane. I mean, I know Shane's always been involved with Stepney throughout the summer, but like I said, it was his first competitive winter season. But now, with the summer league now,
to be honest,
it's a different thing, the summer league for Stepney, isn't it?
On a personal note, you know, I've been going through a lot of injuries. I mean, it's easy to say you're injured and then keep turning up week in, week out. If you know some of the Stepney lads, you know, unless you've got a leg broken or whatever, you're there on a Sunday, you're playing and you're doing your job for the team. So I'm going to try and take a rest this summer. I think the wife and the kids will be happy with that. But other than that, you know, I'm still going to be over there for the, for the team, support the team as we always do as one. Shane should be playing.
Shane should be there. Is it summer and winter this time around? Can Anise take it?
I'll be honest with you. I love playing. You know, I will be looking after myself throughout the summer. You know, do my own personal preparations, and you know, to me, taking a break is good to recharge. But as I said, I want to keep my form going because I think this season it's been one of my best seasons in terms of consistency. So I want to keep that going. You need your break. I'm injury free, so I will be.
We've got big players to come. You know, we've got. I think Fozzie's doing off the field
injury.
Hieron says he's on his way back.
So people are coming back.
Zola scored a couple of great goals over the weekend and over the previous week. So definitely we're going to be up there in the summer league.
I should just say, just to back up all that you guys have said, and I mean, I know it's been mentioned briefly by 1 or 2 of you, but your man, Delwar Ahmed to other people, but Chile to those in Stepney. He wanted to put his own message out there and say a huge thank you to everybody, especially Harry Harumir and Akik and Charlie. Carly Hockazak, because they're the boys, like you said, behind the scenes who have done so much to keep the whole thing going. So well done to all of you. Well done to Stepney FC, champions again. We never tire of hearing it or saying it, and we look forward to more from you through close season and into next season, guys.
Yeah,
good luck.
Greatly, thank you.
We're done for this section of the show. Still to come, we're going to talk to this man at the other end, the boys from London Meteors who have done it again, Champions Cup winners, and we've got the Vets League stuff to talk about as well, all coming up in the third section of the show. We'll see you shortly.
আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night.